No more playing around. If I'm dying, I'm gonna die protecting my fiancé. Oh, they're gay. They're lesbian. I probably said that on the game page, I just didn't read it. Stealing my nerves is the easy part. And we're back. This is fawning over a corpse. I just saw warnings of cannibalism on the game page. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested. No, okay, but this did look sick. I do love the art. All I've done is I turn up, all of these were on 40 and just turned them up to 100 because the game was kind of silent. Anyhow, Fawn doesn't get up for midnight snacks. When she goes to bed, she doesn't awaken until her alarm starts yelling. I'm the one who's the insomniac. That's why I knew something was wrong when I found her kneeling in front of the fridge that night. Huh? Donna says this, by the way. Oh, God, if it's what I think it is. I look up and away from my monitor at the sound of the fridge being opened. Shuffling footsteps are dull in my ears, muffled by my closed door. I don't stop to question how stupid I look as I lean over and grab the metal bat resting against my bed, pulling up my socks to hide my footsteps as I creep to the door and crack it open. Do not be a regular burglar. Do not be a burglar. Do not be a burglar. Oh, this is the bat. What are these things around it? No sign of movement. My next instinct is to check on Fawn. If she's woken up by now, I can barricade myself in her bedroom with her as we wait for the cops to come. Two women against an unknown apartment burglar don't stand a chance. Even I'm smart enough to know that. I wish I didn't drop out of those martial art classes. It's a stupid fleeting thought, yes, but one that has crossed my mind many times before. Being this weak and useless has always been a sore point for me. And there's no better time to face this insecurity than while standing down the potential of a goddamn home invader in our apartment. Now with myself completely out of my room, I lean over and all but lunge over to Fawn's bedroom, slipping in through the door and gripping my phone in my other hand. Alright, all that's left is to tell her what's going on. I glance over to the bed, but it's empty. Fawn? Oh my god, where is she? Why isn't she in the bed? She should be here. A quick inspection of her bed reveals to me that the mattress is still warm and the edges of her blue comforter turned inwards. That can only mean she's out there. Well, it sounds like she went downstairs. I mean, I know you said she doesn't usually do that, but no, I'm not going to sit by and do nothing. Not this time. No more playing around. If I'm dying, I'm gonna die protecting my fiancé. Oh, they're gay. They're lesbian. It probably said that on the game page, I just didn't read it. Stealing my nerves is the easy part. Gripping my bat so tight, my knuckles start to lose color. I pull the door open and start to sprint out with wavering confidence. And promptly slip like a damn cartoon before landing straight on my back. Ugh. These stupid floors. My heart skips a beat at the sound of the door creaking open until... It's fucking Fawn. What? Who would have fucking guessed? What? No. Are you for real? No. What? That's crazy. Donna. There's no burglar. Is there? No, silly. I was just getting a snack. The face of my fiancée fills my gaze as she leans down to help me up, giving the top of my head a gentle pat. Waves of embarrassment crash through me from the roots of my hair all the way to my ankles. Whoops. I'm glad that you were this ready to run out and fight someone for old me though, really. I don't know why, but I find myself wrapping her in a tight hug, chin resting on top of Fawn's head. I bite back the urge to cry. Scared the shit out of me. I thought someone broke in. I'm sorry for scaring you, Donna. I didn't mean to. I was just hungry was all. It's fine, really. It wasn't your fault. But as the night settled in, and we both assured one another everything is fine, some inkling thought begins to nag at my brain. Try as I might, the thought just wouldn't go away. Leaning my forehead against my hand, the glow of my computer screen is the only thing that illuminates my eyes as a question runs through my brain 1,000 times a second. Why was she up? It doesn't make sense. Our schedules are almost polar opposite of one another. I'm lucky enough to have a night shift job, doing some bullshit data entry for whatever company. But Fawn's schedule is much more regular. When she goes to bed, she needs every second of sleep. She needs every second of sleep she can get. That's the whole reason we even sleep in separate rooms. I don't want my work to disturb her sleep. I don't know. No matter how much I pick my brain, I can't find a reasonable answer. Deciding to finish my work and head to bed, I try my damnedest to put the issue to behind me. It's probably not even an issue, just a little deviation from what I know. Interesting. When I wake up in the late afternoon, the unease in my stomach starts to worsen. Shit, I overslept. Sitting up in my bed, I run my hand... Whoops. Sitting up in my bed, I run my hand down my face to clear the sleep out of my eyes. A look at my phone makes me wince at how late it is. Fawn's probably coming home soon. I have a few hours to make some food for myself and greet her before my shift starts. Untangling the sheets off of my legs and scrabbling out of bed, I make my way to the kitchen. The sight that greets my eyes is not something I expect to see. Okay. In all honesty, I'd expected myself to be the only person in our apartment at this time of day. Breakfast, I need me some breakfast. I think we have spaghetti in the fridge. Still, spaghetti is good enough as breakfast when it's 5 PM, yeah? Yeah, it works good enough. I'll eat it cold too, why not? All of my light-hearted muttering to myself stops in an instant when I turn my head and see Fawn kneeling in front of the fridge. If she noticed me, she sure didn't act like it. Her attention is turned towards the open refrigerator, more than anything else. Okay. What do you got in there? Milk? Water? That might be the spaghetti. Oversized tomato. Very, weirdly long carrots. Interesting. You got some stuff on the floor? Okay. A quick glance over at the floor reveals to me that she's been sitting on there for a while now. Containers of leftovers, all with various amounts of food in them, scatter the tiles surrounding Fawn. Looking up, I take notice of the glass container in her left hand. It used to be where she stored the extra spaghetti I made a few days ago. Now, Fawn was shoving it into her mouth as fast as she could with her other hand. She wasn't even stopping to chew, I don't think. She finishes up with the spaghetti and tosses the container onto the ground. Clattering jolts ring out through the kitchen, causing my heart to stutter in its rhythm. I can't help but shudder when she tears open a thin plastic bag of raw ground beef and starts to eat. Holding back my urge to throw up is growing more and more difficult by the second. And now that I was looking at her in the daylight. Ugh. When did Fawn lose weight? Lose weight? When she's losing weight as she's absolutely raiding the fridge. Absolutely pillaging that poor thing. Okay, interesting. I don't remember her being this thin. It's hard to even look at her like this, devouring raw meat of all things. Fawn, are you okay? Is everything okay? She doesn't respond. If anything, she doesn't seem like she even heard me. Her eyes are glazed over, stuffing handfuls of what I can only describe as mush into her mouth. It's barely even identifiable as beef before she devours it, grabbing anything she can get her hands on, tearing into it all, like some sort of starving animal. Well, her name is Fawn. I guess fawns usually don't eat meat, but you know, it's an animal, it's close enough. The visceral horror that overwhelms me as I feel like I'd stumbled upon a bear in its campsite. No, what the hell am I thinking? This is Fawn, not a wild animal. As if she'd bitten into an overripe tomato, Red juices start to drip down the corners of her chin. I tried calling for Fawn again, louder this time. Fawn! Fawn! Still no response. I approach her, careful not to step on any of the empty containers, and place my hand on her shoulder. I could swear I heard her snarl before her head whips around to me. It takes a minute for her eyes to flash with recognition. Donna? Are you alright? Yeah, just spaced out a bit, I think. She chuckles humorlessly, standing up looking over the viscera surrounding her. I'll get them up. I moved to her before pausing. She seemed fine now, so I should just leave her be. She was fine, right? I was just imagining it. I mean, you saw her devour raw meat. Okay. Yeah, Fawn isn't an animal, not in the slightest. Even if she had some binge eating habits, she was no animal. It just means I had to go get more groceries. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, bro. I had really, truly, sincerely tried to delude myself into believing my own lies. But they were only dreams, and deep down I knew that too. I'd held on to those wishes as tightly as I did, because grappling with the truth would have sent me free falling down the already crumbling edge of stability. The truth that Fawn, my rock, my love, my dearest, was wasting away before my very eyes. I did everything I could. I really did. I tried so hard to bring Fawn back from the dark place she had been going down at this frightening speed. No one could say I didn't give it my all. But she kept saying everything was fine, that she was okay, that I shouldn't worry about her. As the weeks passed, she kept eating and eating everything she could, drooling listlessly as she did. Even still, she kept losing weight. I still stayed with her though, stayed with her as long as I could, trying to get her to seek help. Even then, I couldn't just let her starve, so despite everything, I bought her more and more food to eat. Anything my love wouldn't be in such hunger and thirst. But it wasn't enough. Fawn? Fawn, I'm home. What are these noises? You hear that? Struggling to hold the multiple plastic bags of food. Hey, plastic? Use reusable bags. Bad. Anyhow. The multiple plastic bags of food I bought from the convenience store down the corner. I pushed the door closed with my foot and stepped through. It's quieter than I expected. I left the house while Fawn was on the phone ordering a pizza. Delivery specifically. She'd been doing that a lot. When we didn't have any more food in the house, she'd start ordering takeout. My bank account was starting to sag, but I'm doing it all for her. Because I love Fawn. Because I love her, and I'm not scared of her at all. Even when she snaps at the littlest things. When I set the groceries down and take in my surroundings, I realize the smell of something is in the air. It's not cooking or anything, and it's clashing with the scent of pizza. Fawn, where are you? Did she leave? Blinking once, I hold my breath and try to listen for her. Soft tearing and chewing noises are just barely audible if I strain my ears, somewhere in the dining room. So when I release my breath and look down, a floor covered in blood fills my vision. Whose blood is this? Muffling a gasp, I drop the bags onto the floor and start to back away. The blood seems to be coming from the fridge. Rivulets of crimson blood from the edges of the door and onto the ground. I look up at the sink. The sink only drips if someone's turned it on a few minutes ago. Blood streaks line the stainless steel. What happened here? Just in case. What the hell is in the fridge? A low sinking feeling in my stomach only deepens as I advance over to the fridge. Even if Fawn confronts me about it now, I can act like I'm just putting away the groceries. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Thank God. The slightest sigh of relief is expelled from my chest. I guess I'm just a midge. I know Fawn. She'd never do something like this. The most empty fridge shines a harsh white light upon my face. It's bright and clean. I'd recently scrubbed it out after Fawn emptied it again. Well, it's too clean. I looked down and realized that the blood wasn't coming from our fridge. It's pooling from the freezer. Oh no. Despite everything in me screaming to pull away and leave it alone, I kneeled down and opened the drawer. Yeah, okay. Okay, scream. I'm not screaming, because I live in an apartment. The soulless look in the young man's eyes tear through all the flesh and bone in me, prodding straight into my mind. As if he's asking why I'd let this happen to him, why I wasn't there to stop. Donna, are you hurt? I don't even think to respond to Fawn. I break a mad dash for the bathroom and slam the door behind me. This isn't happening. This isn't real. She would never do something horrible like this. Fawn wouldn't hurt anyone. There had to be some other reason that I couldn't think of. Dry heaving fills the claustrophobic bathroom around me. Oh, wait. That's me. I swallow down the metallic forewarning of vomit before I spew into the bathroom, pulling away from the door as it rattles. I glance back at the sole window in the bathroom. Why am I so intent on finding ways to escape? Well, for starters, you just found a corpse in your own house. What do you think, girl? Come on now. Donna, are you okay? Please answer me. Fawn, what did you do? Why is the pizza guy in our freezer? Did you do that? Did you? I clap my hand over my mouth. Yelling has always been a line too far for me. My dad always yelled whenever he was upset, and I never wanted to be like that. She didn't hurt anyone. She couldn't have. Fawn can explain this all. Anyway, right? I could have just asked her and saved all the trouble. I had to protect myself. If I hadn't done it, he would have hurt me or worse. Don't believe that no, girl. Don't no. Donna. Just think about this for more than 3 seconds. What? Donna, please open the door. Please. You know I love you. I'm not a bad person. All I wanted was to protect myself. You killed... The realization of what she'd done spins through my mind as 1,000 times over. But if I don't say it out loud, maybe it won't be true. Cope. Oh, beautiful, beautiful cope. As if my acknowledgement is what everything hinges upon. Please don't use that word. It's so ugly. Just answer the question. Even I am startled of how loud I shrieked. I did what I had to, that's all. Please don't call the cops, love. I can't lose you. I'm dreaming. That's all this is. This is how Fawn really acts. Not in a million years. Oh no. I don't know how long I sat there, trembling against the icy bathtub, sobbing to myself. All I know is that Fawn had eventually left the doorway. Perhaps she wandered to the kitchen and started to eat. When I'm sure it's just me, I stand up and unlock the door. It's almost nighttime anyway. It's time for me to go to work. Maybe it's wrong of me to try and snap back to normal after seeing something that horrific. I don't know. Part of me feels like if I dwell on it, I'll just fall to pieces. Yeah, I didn't get much done. Who could focus on work after something like that anyway? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why are you just going to work after seeing that? Shit. Certainly no sane person, that's for sure. Instead, I found myself in a frantic haze, looking up anything that could have been even remotely related to Fawn's descent. Chronic wasting disease? That only happens to like deer and elk, right? Deer, oh, fawn, deer, good one, Dev. But all the symptoms are lining up. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Tapping the down arrow on my keyboard, I scroll past the symptom sections of the page I've pulled up. My finger burns from how much it had rolled across my mouse scroll wheel. My eyes stinging from blue light. Yo, emboldened in black text is one simple phrase. No cases of chronic wasting disease has ever been reported in humans. Shit. Either I'm completely off my mark, or my fiancé is breaking new medical ground without even knowing it. Why'd I have to be Fawn of all people? Why couldn't it have been anyone else? Of course, I wasn't just gonna sit back after the things I've seen. It would just be wrong. But above all else, I really do think Fawn needs help. You think so? For real? No, I don't know, bro. I think she'll probably be fine. She'll walk it off. She'll walk it off. I just wanted to get as much information as I could before I ran and got her help. Even if I was afraid of her, I wanted to know what she was suffering from. Blinking hard to clear my eyes, I click away from the page and start to scroll again. It's 3 in the morning now, and my mind is spiraling down the brink of horror the more I look. Sometimes I think I can almost see her just standing there with me. It's so faint and probably a trick of the light, but it leaves me with a prickly feeling in my chest. A low guttural groan of pure exhaustion rumbles from my chest. I plant my head on my desk. I don't want to get up, but eventually I find myself sitting up again and leaning over to grab an old camcorder. I'd always been a sucker for old technology, even if I knew that my phone could make much better video. Oh, this music. Who made this? Man. The path to the video in question is something I've executed 100 times over. Fawn? Do you like it? I finished putting your desk together and set up your computer. I know you have some posters that you want to put up yourself, and your books are still in their boxes, but I just wanted to get this set up for you. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you so much, dear. Really, God, who knows how long I've been working on that. I'll finish up with the kitchen in a few, don't worry. Fawn looks at the camcorder and smiles. Love, are you recording? Yeah, sorry, I'm just feeling sentimental right now. You know, might look back on all this at some point and all. Getting out of my dad's place and getting to be with you has just got me feeling all mushy inside, you know? Oh, you don't have to apologize for it. I think it's sweet. Looking back now, I realized that this moment was when our apartment started to feel like a home. The place was half decorated at best, but in 2 days, I developed a sense of belonging in my heart that I never had with my dad. My engagement ring glimmers in the dim light of the video. It's brand new, and I'd only been wearing it a few weeks beforehand. We'd been so happy and we'd been so in love and happy together. Why did it have to change? Huh? Donna, it's me. Fawn. I wiped the tears away from my eyes and closed the camcorder. Standing up, I make my way over to the door and open it an inch. As nervous as I am, I'm still talking to the fawn I fell in love with. Hi. Do you still love me? Yeah, I do. I never stopped. You don't have to worry, really. I didn't mean to yell either. I guess I just panicked. Well, obviously. Are you sure? Of course. Nothing I'd said was a lie. Even after everything she'd done, I still love her more than anything. I'd do anything for fun. That's why I'm trying to get her help. Scrubbing her eyes with the edges of her sweater and wiping the drool from her mouth. Fawn gives me a wavering smile. Even after everything today, I still see the beauty of her face. Donna. Yeah? Can I sleep in your room, please? I don't want to be alone. I mean, okay, I'm gonna end up clicking yes, but I'm just okay because well that is the I'm curious, but like my prediction here is that we die, which is why I just saved. But yeah, I think we're dying because well because okay, what's so sus to me? When we saw her do all this stuff, she wasn't like, I didn't mean it. There's nothing, well, we try to find out if she's sick, but Fawn doesn't think she's sick. She said it was to defend, she killed the pizza guy to defend herself. So it sounds to me like she just, you know, felt like killing him. So, okay. If I was looking out for my life, I would say no here. But I'm gonna say yes because I'm curious. So we're doing that. Stay with me. It's okay. I won't keep you up or anything. Fawn is no monster or a horrible person. Yes, she is. Or... well, if she's actually sick, she's not a horrible person, but you know, she's just a woman terrified of her disease, trembling like a malnourished doe. Her smile widens. For a moment, Fawn's eyes look so clear and beautiful again, and in an instant I was transported back to the days when the smell of cardboard boxes was thick in the air and our kitchen was half finished. Thank you. Fuck's that? I love you, Donna. I love you too. And that's why I'm doing this, because I love you. Fawn must have been exhausted. She fell asleep the moment her head hit my pillow. My computer screen didn't seem to bother her in the slightest. She looked so peaceful like this. It's like looking at her, smiling soft and wrapped up in my blankets. And I make up my mind. I'd do anything for her. Even when she woke up with bloodshot eyes and took an arm out of the freezer to satiate her hunger, I didn't look away. Oh, brother. She can't keep doing it. You can't just let her do it. My God. Okay. I'm not really proud to admit it, but I stayed for a while. Probably longer than I should have. Does that mean you actually get away? It wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't that bad anyway, right? Fawn never turned her gaze towards me. Besides, when she died, she had a moment of lucidity that made me forget what was happening to her. I kept researching, looking up everything I could about chronic wasting disease. Either getting Fawn to help, or knowing the ins and outs of what she could be going through would put my mind to ease. Or at least, that's how it started. The hunger pangs were so subtle, I didn't realize what was happening. All I knew was that after a few days, I was throwing up a little bit of extra food for myself whenever I was shopping. Working became harder, spacing in and out of my thoughts were frighteningly common, and grew more so by the day. I was starving. Fawn ran out of meat the day I realized what was happening to me. But by then, I would have done anything to curb the pains that were growing deeper by the hour. The heart. That's a pity. We're all out of meat, Donna. Donna, what's the matter? I want to eat too. My voice, quiet and hoarse, can barely be heard through her breathing. Even in my foggy, starving stupor, my heart still skips a beat at the sign of Fawn's smile. See, I knew you'd come around. She leans in and kisses me ever so gently. Yes, that's how it all started, with her kiss. No, it's not just a kiss. It started with her love. She loved me so much. She wanted me to eat too. Let's go find some fresh meat, okay? Okay. Ending 4. Oh, Bertha. Different endings. Okay. Oh yeah, wait. Music? Pixabay? Oh my god, bro. You know your stuff, bro. The music from that game was crazy. Okay. I'm gonna have to sit and think about like a decision for a bit. Okay, I'm done pondering. If you're wondering, I was thinking of if I should play the other endings on recording or leave it at that. And I've decided to leave it at that because I think that you, the viewer, if you thought the game was super cool and super interesting, you should download the game for yourself and try to find the endings on your own. The game is free. It's on itch, this site right here. And there's a link in the description. Anyhow, my thoughts on the game, because my opinion is final and I'm the arbiter of truth. Anyways, the gameplay isn't much because, well, it's a visual novel. The game basically tells you like gameplay is not the focus of this game. We will instead entice you and impress you with the aesthetics and the story stuff. And that's okay. That's basically every visual novel ever. And people like visual novels. So yeah, on the style, it's absolutely amazing. I super love the art style. I think most of it is drawn by the creator. Hold up, yes, we can find out. Character. Oh, by another person as well. Okay, sugar-coated moth. Oh, they drew the different characters. That's super cool. Okay, but yeah, most is drawn by the creator. With some help from this sugar-coated moth person. Mysterious shadow drawer you got. But yeah, art style, super cool. It looks very, it looks very homemade, if you get what I mean. But it doesn't look like it's made by like a super proper studio. And I think that's nice. It's like, it does its job. It's super pleasant to look at, clearly human made. We don't like AI art here. And as I said, it's just super nice to look at. It does its job in the visual novel. I super fuck with it. Oh, I think I said this while playing, but the music is absolutely incredible. I think it's that one track that got me. It plays when Donna is like panicking. Huge great. Oh, hold up, here's the music. Pixabay, the goat, bro. Also, I super love the just the deer aesthetic. It has like an aesthetic that it super leans into, and it's super nice. It fits the game perfectly. You have a nice pun in the title, and it's kind of funny because it's so the thematic is so on the nose, and the character. Actually, I was gonna say the characters never pick up on it, but I guess Donna kind of does when she researches the illness. But yeah, the fact that her fiance is she's called Fawn. You're shown when you're shown an item. I didn't realize this when I played it, but these are deer antlers. I was kind of confused about them, but yeah, they're deer antlers. Also, I'm super curious about the meat eating thing. I guess we'll get into that in the lore section. Speaking of though, the lore is really awesome. I mean, I talked about the whole deer aesthetic deer thing, that it's kind of out there, but it's a really neat theme. It really fits the game perfectly. Though I think what interests me the most about the game is the mental issue / abuse / whatever you want to call it, all the mental stuff with the characters. Now, okay, my analysis might be kind of off because, well, I haven't played the entire game. I've only played one ending. So this is my interpretation based off only seeing the 4th ending. So after I play the rest of them, I might feel like a fool looking back at this, but oh well. I think Donna as a character is super interesting. It's super well written. The main thing I'm looking at when I say that is her willingness to sweep so much for fun. And I think my theory, well, I don't even think I want to call it a theory. I'm pretty sure it feels very obvious, so it's likely canon. But it seems to be her lack of love and attention growing up. She mentions her dad not being very loving and being very happy when she moved out away from her dad. And we don't really get to know about any friends either. So I think it's very likely that Fawn is the first person that has actually shown some affection and love towards Donna. And this type of stuff can make people go crazy lengths to defend undefendable actions. Like the pizza guy. There is not a single universe where she had to kill where she was justified in killing the pizza guy. There is no way she had to defend herself. And I think Donna knows this. I mean, Donna knows it's bullshit, but Donna willingly chooses to ignore it. And it kind of makes sense too. Because if she chooses to acknowledge that Fawn is a bloody murderer, no, but if Donna chooses to acknowledge like what Donna did is obviously fucked up and it can't go on, she likely loses her only love, her only possibility of like human contact. And that dynamic, I think, is super interesting. It's really, really cool. And I'd say that like this whole thing, it's super relevant for today's political today's political climate, which I don't want to specify on because it's not a political channel, but it's very relevant. Another thing I'm super curious about is I mentioned it, the undying thirst for meat, specifically meat, and the heavy focus on meat, because, well, it's very on the nose. Deer are probably it's probably one of the first animals you think of if someone asks you to think of a herbivore. Though, I do know that there are cases of deer and cows and such eating meat, more specifically like chickens and birds and snakes, I think, in deer cases. And this, okay, listen, this is not my field of study, I'm not an expert on this, but I'm pretty sure this happens when they're like desperate for food, or when they lack some specific nutrient, like specifically like iron. I think it's kind of hard to get through like plants and stuff. And Fawn did seem really desperate for, well, food. I can't really think of any more connections with meat and all that stuff. So if you have any theories, viewer, I'd love to hear them in the comments. So don't be afraid to discuss lore in the comments. I love myself a lore discussion. Anyhow, though, absolutely amazing game. AwesomeTrinket, you are awesome. And you are a trinket, probably. That does make sense, actually. You're probably not a trinket, but you are awesome. Do you have more stuff? They have plenty stuff. Okay. Well, after you're done playing this, you guys should check out their other stuff. Because, I mean, very likely that these are very awesome as well. Good game. Solid game.